So I am in my classroom now on the weeks that I have my son. It is often that I get a late move on because I have to get him to his friend's house in the morning, and then it takes me a little longer to get to school. But this morning there was very little traffic. The traffic gods were kind and I was able to get my Starbucks, which makes everything so much better. Yes. So often when I'm sitting in traffic and I am on my way to work, I am thinking about a lot of different things. It's a very good reflective time for me, so long as there aren't too many not so great drivers on the road with whom I can have, I have some inner monologues with in my head, because I'm not an angry driver, but I am definitely, I am a very assertive driver, we'll put it like that. So this morning I was thinking on my way to work that my Thursday's post on Ed Week, I was thinking about doing something called Why I Still Read to My 10-year-old son. Aside from the fact that I am really, really grateful that my 10-year-old son still wants me to read to him, as a high school English teacher, I notice a lot of things about reading habits with my students later. Kids usually fall into two camps. There are one camp who happen to love reading and seem to have always loved reading, and it's an awesome escape for them. But then there's the other one where it's not so much fun for them anymore, and as a matter of fact, they really resent it. And my son has to read every night. He's in 5th grade. He has to read and log everything he reads for 30 minutes. And sometimes what we do to make that a more inclusive experience, while I'm cooking dinner, he'll read to me and I'll listen to what he's reading, and then we'll talk about it a little bit, and then he'll write his reading log and I'll kind of talk to him about why he made the choices that he did. But every night we start our nighttime wind down routine with me going into lay down with him and read a little bit until he falls asleep or he's near sleep. And it's another great way for me to model reading to him. It's a great way for us to connect about what we're reading. Sometimes, he usually picks the book or we pick the book together, and I think it's really important. It's what, what's funny now at this point is when I read and God forbid I miss a word while I read to him, he'll be very quick to correct me, so I know that he is in fact following along. Right now we're reading Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and what's interesting is since we've seen the movie so many times, he'll stop me while I'm reading and he'll be like, that's not how it happened in the movie, and I'll be like, well, the book is different than the movie, and the book came first, and therefore the book is correct and the movie had to be changed. And we talk about why people would make changes and what the impact of those changes are. And again, last night I had posted a picture of the two of us playing Scrabble together. Yes, I play Scrabble with my 10-year-old son. I've been playing Scrabble with Logan since he was about 4. That was well before he could actually spell, well at least. And it was like playing two hands, but I feel like what it did was foster an interest in language that he may not have otherwise had. A lot of people were critical of me when Logan was very little because I never spoke to him like a baby. I read to him while he was in the womb. I would read to my belly. And when he came out, I always talked to him like a person, the same way I talk to my students. And my students kind of thought it was strange because half the time they can't understand me when I speak. They think my vocabulary is a little elevated, and then you hear my son speak and he doesn't sound like a 10-year-old. He sounds like a more mature grown-up person because he has actually a really excellent vocabulary, and it's one of those things that I'm really trying to foster in him, a love of words and a love of reading and language. And he's very creative, and I think it has a lot to do with what he reads and how he reads it and the kind of curiosity he has about the things that he reads. So, when I hear that some of my friends don't read to their kids anymore, I feel sad for their kids, and sad for them. I really look forward to the time that Logan and I read together. So I'm going to be writing that post for Ed Week on Thursday. There's no research, it's just stuff I've noticed as a mom and as an English teacher of 14 years, that I could kind of tell which kids have a text-rich life, if you will. which maybe that would be a better headline for the article. What do you think? Creating a text-rich life, creating a love, I feel like it's a little cliche to say creating a love of learning, or why I read to my 10-year-old son. What do you guys think? Which do you like better? Why I read to my 10-year-old son, or creating a text-rich life? If you could just kind of do a little hearts when I say one or the other, I would be really grateful, those of you watching or listening right now. So why I read to my 10-year-old son, or I still read to my 10-year-old son, versus creating a text-rich life. What do you think? You could hit me up at mssackstein on Twitter and let me know which one you like better, or just, get back. Thanks so much. Have a great day.